Let me tell you the truth about running paid ads. Every campaign only has one outcome. Every ad only has one objective. And so if you expect an ad to get you streams and followers and likes, comments, saves, and eventually super fans who are going to buy tickets to your show, you have a misunderstanding about how advertising works. And so today I want to break it down for you in a way that no one else is doing. It's like I spent today on a Saturday building campaigns for a Christian R&B artist to run up Spotify streams for his new album, a music industry podcast to get more subscribers, a drill artist who wanted more views on their video, and a brand that's just launched in 44 countries as like a cartoon, very Black Panther style, from the heart of the diaspora. What's crazy is I think I spent over £10,000 on ads today for my clients, and then I have to send all my invoices, which is 20% off the ad fee. So I like made £1,000 today, while all you man were out at Glastonbury and out partying in Shoreditch. Like I was here working. And so literally I spent the day doing this. I'm going to break down some of the lessons and the pros and cons and the ways of running an ad campaign strategy. If you're watching this, I hope it's because you're tired of spending £50 boosting a post with no clear return on investment. I hope you're like fed up of spending £200, maybe even £500 or £1,000 investing into ads and having no real idea what you paid for. Because I'm going to give you the clarity that you've been craving, right? So how to think like a media buyer, how to stop wasting your money, and how to grow your music career intentionally by choosing which ad to run and which result you want. And so let's lock in, right? So the first thing you need to do, it's the very first question. I think, do I care about scale or do I care about quality of audience? And you have to ask yourself this question carefully. Like, genuinely, do you want the most views possible? So you want to go broad. You want to run up global countries everywhere in the world. And that includes Bangladesh, Philippines, South Korea, like South Africa. Cheap views, but big numbers. But when you do that, don't expect any engagement. Don't expect any long-term growth. Don't expect any like outcomes for sales. You are literally having your music be seen by more people. It's top of funnel, it's awareness. It's not lower funnel thinking about becoming a fan. Or if you want targeted impact, go narrow. So that might be UK only, hip hop and grime fans between 18 to 35 years old, only people who engage with artists like Potter Paper, Dave, or BBC Radio 1 Extra. So now you've got relevance, but no reach. And so you're going to have to be comfortable getting just 5 to 10,000 views on your video instead of 100,000 views. And you've got to be comfortable when you go broad having just 5 likes and 0 comments. And so what I learned from this process is you need to back up paid media with organic strategy. And so the musician themselves is responsible to get the engagement on their video. I look at it like this, like if your core audience isn't engaging with your content organically, why would the ads make them engage from cold strangers? Like, I say this with love. I can't get people hyped about your music. Like, you have to do the hard work as well. I can't drive all the views and all the engagement and all the growth. Like, that means all you did was the music. It has to start with you, has to start with your fans and your energy. And so that's what one campaign can do broadly. But let's literally go on to like YouTube. Do you want to get more views or do you want to get more subscribers? There are 2 different ad objectives you can run. I often run a blend of both. So like 85% for views, 15% engagement. And it comes down to you what your ultimate goal is. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So Spotify, do you want streams? Do you want cheap streams? Do you want the maximum number possible? Do you want it to be a statement to the industry how many plays you got on your project? Do you want the whole album to have a consistent level of streams or just a hit single? Do you want your views to come from anywhere in the world or do you want them just to be these long-term viewers? Like, these are the questions one should be asking themselves. And I think there's an important part of like pairing this with your Spotify for Artists data. So looking in the back end of the platform and see where your organic streams are actually coming from and using those countries for the targeting. And so my mentor, Andrew Southworth, the way he teaches it is by tiers. He breaks all the countries he's going after into like these 3 groups. So tier 1 is your high quality, expensive, English speaking countries. And that's often UK, USA, Canada, Australia, maybe Netherlands, like maybe some of the Nordics, so Sweden, Finland, Denmark, Norway. These countries are all tier 1. Then you've got like tier 2, which is like your Central Europe, and then maybe like even some of Southern Europe. So it's your France, Spain, Portugal, Greece, Italy, these types of countries. But you're also going to have a bit of like Latin America in there. You're going to have a bit of the Middle East, so like Egypt and Dubai and like United Arab Emirates and Qatar. You're going to have all these areas. And then tier 3 is kind of your shit clicks. This is when you're going to go after like India. You're going to go after South Korea. You're going to go after all these other countries. And if your song genuinely relates to those markets, it's okay. If you're genuinely of Brazilian heritage, if you're genuinely like have a fan base out there in Korea, go for it. Definitely target that country. But what I'm saying is don't necessarily target that country just for scale without the relevance. And when you're trying to get Spotify views, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. One of my favorites is to use a pixel and use a tool like Feature FM or Symphony to build smart links. One of those URLs where you have the Spotify, the Apple Music, the Tidal, and you're basically putting a tracking code in the back end so that every time someone actually hits that traffic code and goes to your song, it counts as a stream, right? Back in the day, I used to run traffic campaigns, but what I found was loads of people click the link, but hardly anybody streamed the song. So that's why we evolve with the times and switch up the marketing strategy. And so don't want to overwhelm you. I want to keep this stupid simple and show you how to use Meta, Instagram, and Facebook to build fan awareness and Spotify growth. Show you Google ads to run YouTube views and subscriber-based ads, and then find other tools like TikTok ads, Snapchat ads to do everything you need. And once you've learned the core principles of advertising, you could do it on all platforms. I was literally teaching my brand new team member today, like the process of running ads, and he found it so easy because it was the same theory, campaign level, ad set level, ad level. I call it folder 1, folder 2, folder 3. The same is across all platforms. And so everything I've learned about paid ads is inside my course, the 100K Hitmaker system. You can grab your copy from allabouthelping.co.uk. It is the blueprint, step by step, me moving my mouse around, showing you what to click and how to run your ads. Everything you need to run up your streams and your music video views. So here's how you're going to build your own plan. All right, step 1 is to define your budget. Now, let's say you got £500 total for this rollout. Fantastic. All right. Now I want you to choose your platforms. So what are you actually releasing? I'm releasing one song on Spotify and one music video on YouTube. So you might want to have not a 50-50 split. You might want to have like 70% to Spotify, 30% to YouTube. Then you want to pick your objective. And this is where people mess up. Instagram isn't just one bucket. So you might want to pick, do I want Instagram to go to Spotify? That's streams. Do I want Instagram to grow engagement as well? So in your pre-marketing, do I want those posts to get some hype? Then your music video. Do I want my music video to get views? Yes. But do I also want subscribers? Yes. And so you see that's 4 or 5 different objectives across 2 platforms. So now we have to slice and dice that £500 by your priority. And maybe like 350 goes into Instagram, which is going to drive Spotify streams. Of that 350, maybe 300 goes into streaming and 50 goes into engagement growth. Then on the other side of the 150, maybe 100 goes into music video views and 50 goes into growing subscribers for your channel. Do you see how that breaks down? And you put it in a very simple media plan, which I have the templates and everything ready inside the course. And you literally build the system for yourself, knowing where you're spending your money. And each campaign can only create one outcome. And step number 4 is to test and learn. Like I said at the start, you're going to have one campaign create one outcome. One ad is going to get you one result. And so you'll need so many different assets to test. The thing I hate the most is when a musician says, here's my ad. I'm like, okay, where are the rest of them? Because you're going to need so many to see what's working. We cannot assume we know what the community are going to love. Like as a minimum, I typically test 5 different variations of an ad, ideally 10 or 15, right? And I test at least 3 different audiences. So maybe it's that tier 1 English speaking countries, tier 2 those kind of Central European countries, and then tier 3 that Latin America and the Middle East. You see, so like 5 times 3. And so in that English speaking tier 1, you're going to go very, very narrow. Your ads are going to be expensive, but at least you'll see which one is resonating with your audience. In tier 2, it's kind of medium. You're going to see which ads are getting some scale. And tier 3, you're going to see which ones are doing volume, but are they actually making results? And so by testing and learning out of the 15 different ads, 3 times 5, I'll be turning certain creatives off, be like, oh, this one's just simply not working. I'll be saying, this one, put more money here. And where the results go, the budget flows. That's a rule of thumb. So I'll start turning off the underperformers and upweighting the overperformers. And so here's what I want you to take away from this. 1, ads aren't magic. We can't do what you need to do as the musician. And 2, ads are just amplification. If your foundation is weak, your content sucks, like you've got no organic engagement, ads will only expose the cracks. It's here to get more eyeballs on your content, but the content has to be good. And so if your music is strong, your content is powerful, and your vision is clear, then your ads are going to work on overtime. And so if you have a budget of £500 or more for your next campaign, I want you to DM me the word ads on Instagram. I'll show you how we can take your entire campaign to the next level with Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube ads, and more. And if you're not ready to spend that kind of budget yet, that's completely okay. You can grab the 100K Hitmaker system. It's a self-paced course with a community that shows you exactly how I run ads. I made it affordable on purpose because I know what it's like to start with nothing but ambition.